Peace. Kara, Eunice L, and back once again. You know, we share some knowledge and get the understanding of what we were dealing with. Because we had Independence Day yesterday, right? But a lot of us don't understand what Independence Day consists of. So, you know how we do. You guys to get down to this Independence Day thing, because it is something that we need to know. Why we need to know? Because a lot of our people is celebrating something that they don't really have an understanding about. So, you know, I'm going to look up the 4th of July. And I got to use this right here. The Google, the old Google. The Google I used to use. I really don't use Google, so that's why I get books. But we're going to the definition of 4th of July. All right? 4th of July, Independence Day, or July 4th. A U.S. holiday commemorating the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. Declaration of Independence from England. Okay? We wasn't asking independence from England. Europeans was. So I'm gonna continue. Celebration of it began in the American Revolution. It has ever since been the patriotic holiday par excellence. Traditionally, it has been celebrated with firing of guns and fireworks, parades, open-air meetings, and patriotic speeches. Today, local ordinances prevent much of the former display of fireworks and use of firearms. Right? So, you know, everybody have their fireworks popping, and fireworks and seeing the lights in the sky and stuff like that. You know, y'all celebrating something that I don't know about. No understanding about it. You know? No understanding about it. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take it back to an old book. You know, because you know how I do. I'm going to show you this old book right here. This book is, man, just take a look at it. Take a look at that. You see that? Huh? That's, and I'm coming from chapter 38. Right? Chapter 38. The formation of the Constitution. So we going here now. Because all this has something to do with the liberation, the European from the British. Or the Brutish. We'll get into that one day. Formation of the Constitution. With the cessation of hostilities came the return of peace, happily typified by the withdrawal of Washington into the private life of a citizen at Mount Vernon. The country's annals now pass from the militant into the political and administrative stage, with the adoption of a federal constitution and the organization of a national administration. When the Articles of Confederation were at length agreed to, a federal convention arranged the details of the new government, while the people's choice fell upon Washington as its first head. With this, it has been done. The League of States became de facto a nation, which now set out on its onward beneficent course. Right? On this beneficent course, right? But we ran across the word de facto. So we're celebrating something de facto. So we got to look up de facto. We got to go to de facto and see what's going on with that. Because it says de facto nation, right? Right? So we're going to look up de facto because it's an adjective in front of nation. So we're going to see what a de facto nation is, right? But we got to look up de facto first. So let's go. You know where I'm going, right? This right here. Black's Law. Right? This where I'm going. So we can have some understanding of this thing. You know, we don't need to be confused. We can't deal with confusion no more. You know, we can't deal with that. All right? So now we're at de facto, right? Law, Latin, in point of fact. Number one, actual, existing in fact, having effort even though not formally or legally recognized. De facto contract. Illegitimate but in effect a de facto government. Contradiction of de jure. Okay? I'm going back to number one because they said they established a de facto nation. So I'm going to go to one again so we'll know what this nation is about. Actual, existing in fact, having effort even though not formally or legally recognized. Right? It's not recognized. De facto. Anything about it was 9 presidents before Washington. And the contradiction of de facto is de jure. D-E space J-U-R-E. De jure. Right? So, the Independence Day is a celebration of a de facto nation. Which is again, not formally or legally recognized. So now we're going to go into the antonym of de facto, which is de jure. We're going to look de jure up. All right, de jure. Adjective. Law, Latin, means as a matter of law, existing by right or according to law. De jure segregation during the pre-Brown era. The contradiction of de facto. So de jure means as a matter of law. So this country wasn't established, well, this, whatever this is, was established. It wasn't established on de jure. It wasn't established by a matter of law. So, but y'all call them the law, and they told y'all, they're telling y'all in this book right here, right? In boldface that they're a de facto nation. And it's not law. All right? Take that home, put it in the pot, and stir it up, and season it, and eat it, and digest it. Because goddamn, it's good for you. It's good for you. Trust me. It's going to be good for our people. So, now, it's time to demonstrate, right? Right? You got to demonstrate because a lot of our people doesn't like this thing. This thing right here. Don't y'all want to burn this up right here? Huh? Y'all see that? Y'all think that's a flag, right? Huh? Y'all think that's a flag, right? That's a flag. A de facto flag, though. Huh? That's a commercial banner. Right? So we're gonna go into the definition of banner. Right? That's where we're going to, right? To the definition of banner. Because everybody called that a flag. See what I'm saying? We so quick to call something when it's truly not that. So all the people out here that don't like flags and you know, think Europeans are Americans and stuff, you know, we're gonna go even further into that. Okay? We're going from the Black's Law. I had to write this down because I don't have a physical Black's Law dictionary, so I get it out my phone and I write it down. So I'm gonna give y'all the definition of banner. Black's Law 4th edition. Banner, a small flag bearing a device or symbol and intended to be carried or waved. The term includes a canvas, pot color, or bearing party words and stretched across a street. Partly colored. The American flag is partly colored. What a banner. Okay? And don't they put those across the street? Don't you see those in parades and stuff? You see the banner everywhere, right? It's the banner. It's commerce banner. Commerce for the European nations. Okay? All right, I'm going to flag now, right? We're going to flag. Flag, a national standard of which are certain emblem, arc, and sign, a banner. It is carried by soldiers, ships, etc., and commonly displayed at forts and many other suitable places. In common parlance, the word flag, when used as denoting a signal, does not necessarily mean the actual use of a flag, but by figure of speech, the word is used in the secondary sense and signifies a signal given as with a flag, that is to say, as by waving of the hand for the purpose of communicating information. You know, flag somebody down, so, you know, but flag is also a banner too. So the answer is to the question is a banner. The United States flag is a banner. United States, right? People don't. I don't see people with a United States nationality United States in. But we celebrating the United States. The same thing that be whipping us across our backs. We just celebrated Juneteenth, junk. We just celebrated that. We just celebrated liberation from so-called bondage. And now we celebrate the Europeans' liberation from slavery. So, but y'all don't know that though. Y'all know some shit. Y'all know. Now I'm going to law of the flag. I meant law of flag. A maritime law. The law of that nation or country whose flag is flown by a particular vessel. A ship owner who sends his vessel into a foreign port gives notice by his flag to all who enter into contracts with the master of that. He intends the law of that flag to regulate such contracts, and that they must either submit to its operation or not contract with him. So, you know, America was the slave traders, right? Right? Because the law of the flags mean that your ship got to have a flag on it. So with that being said, you got to find those slave ships with the American flag on it, or a country of origin of that. So we know that's false. That little thing just shut that whole little slave ship thing down just now. But hey, we know. Y'all know y'all smart. Real. Alright, now we're going to the flag of the United States. The flag of the United States. Once again, y'all, this is it right here. This is what y'all talking about right here, right? This is what y'all don't like right here, right? Y'all don't like this right here. Y'all want to set fire to this. Y'all want to burn this. Why y'all want to burn why you want to burn cloth? What cloth do to you? Huh? What'd it do? I want to know. What did cloth do to you? What do something that was sewn together do to you? So now we're going to go into this flag, this so-called flag in the law dictionary. Once again. All right, flag of the United States. By the act entitled An Act to Establish the Flag of the United States. Okay, the act. Okay, the act. Now it's some de facto movement. A de facto flag, right? Because it was an act. No constitution, no law, nothing. Okay? It was provided that from and after the 4th of July, next, the flag of the United States be 13 horizontal stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 20 stars, white in a blue field, that on the admission of every new state into the Union, 1 star be added to the unit of the flag, and that such addition shall take effect on the 4th day of July, then next succeeding such admission. It's the flag, man. Y'all. It's a European commercial flag. Don't get me wrong, it's for our commerce. It's for commerce. It's for trading. It's a trading flag. You know what I'm saying? Trading goods. But, you know, we know stuff, though. That's one thing I can say about y'all. Y'all know. Y'all know. Another thing, y'all know that it's deeper than just the 4th of July. It's deeper than they just picked a day to celebrate liberation, right? They picked a day to celebrate liberation. You know, and we're gonna have to get into this because it's deeper than, you know, Europeans, you know, liberating themselves. It's deeper than that. I don't stay on no damn surface like a fool. For what? What am I stay on the surface for? What? People's build pyramids. What y'all talking about, man? Sissy shit. Alright. So we found out, right, that 4th of July, right? So we're gonna go into the stars. We're gonna see what the stars tell us. We're gonna see what the stars tell us, right? Cause, you know, we're in some powerful days right now. Hot, scorching days. A lot of energy is coming to the earth right now. But y'all being distracted, you know, by banners, hot dogs, sodas, beer, all this stuff. Distracted. And wonder why we get whipped. So I'm coming from, I'm going to dog days, right? Cause we're in the dog days. This is where it all boils down to. Going back in here now. We're talking about the dog days, right? Hear me out. Name for the most sultry period of summer from about July 3rd to August 11th. Named in earlier times by observers in countries bordering the Mediterranean. The period was reckoned as extending from 20 days before to 20 days after the conjunction of Ceres, the dog star, and the sun. In the latitude of the Mediterranean region, this period coincided with hot days that were plagued with disease and discomfort. The time of conjunction varies with difference in latitude, and because of the precession of the equinoxes, it changes gradually over time periods in all latitudes. So now they when they came out with this, they was dealing with astrology. They started on when the dog days come around. Right? The dog days. But it brought us to dog star, right? So I just want to go on a quick thing about the dog star. Because we're going to need understanding about that dog star, right? Feel me? The dog star. Right? Dog star. Number 1, Sirius. Sirius, right? Brightest star in the constellation of Canis Major, which means big dog. Number 2, Procyon, a bright star in the constellation of Canis Minor, little dog. Okay? That's our dog star. Our dog star is Sirius. So we're going to Sirius because shit getting serious. So we need to look up Sirius and see what's going on. Okay, Sirius or dog star, brightest star in the heavens. It is a white star in the constellation Canis Major, the great dog. To the ancient Egyptian, its rising was a sign of the beginning of the Nile flood. To the Greeks and Romans, it was a token of summer heat. In 1844, Bassal announced his belief that the irregularities in the proper motion of Sirius indicated the existence of an exurb companion star. Later, T.H. Safford designated the position where the companion might be found, and in 1862, Alvin G. Clark detected it in the position predicted. Sirius is a star of the 10th magnitude, classed as a white dwarf star, of which 1 cubic inch is calculated to weigh about a ton. Its parallax has been measured with considerable precision. The dog star is estimated to be about 8.8 light years distant from the Earth. We all the way in the stars, all the way from 4th of July hot dogs and burgers and shit. We done came all the way to the stars. Right? We came to the stars. So, with that being said, it was science that brought about the 4th of July. That's why they brought it in, because of the Sirius star, because of the energy. The white star. The white star, right? The white star. It says it's a white star, right? So, you know, you got to connect the dots. Because Sirius means scorch, right? Scorch. Red. But, you know, Moors, we don't know what we talking about. We just propagating bullshit. We just putting out stuff out there so y'all can follow us, and never. Don't ever get that twisted with me. Especially me. You know. We gotta go to sources. We even gotta go even deeper sources to get the truth. You gotta search, man. Ain't no other way but doing that. Ain't no other way in the world. Now, dog star thing. We're in the dog star. And now, I would like to get back to the white. Back to the white thing. Because, you know, the old white, you know, white folks, man, they evil. They doing a lot to us. They holding us back by the collar. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna look in law and see what this is. We're gonna see if they really white. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see if they white, or did they adopt that name because everybody know for sure that they are white people. So y'all say it with confidence, but I want to give y'all the definition the law gives. Okay. All right, we're going to the Black's Law, 4th edition. All right. White persons, as used in Revised Statute U.S. 2169, Nationalization Act, Naturalization Act, March 26, 1790. Chapter 3, 1 Statute 103, as amended by Act February 18th, 1875. Members of the white or Caucasian race as distinct from the black, red, yellow, and brown races. So this actually letting y'all know that this white thing is something that was made up. But y'all know though. Y'all know. going to another definition of that. In the Bouvier's, from the Bouvier's Law Dictionary, we're going to go into another definition of that. Since y'all know, I'm trying to know too. I want to know if they white. Let's go. White persons. The act of Congress, the act, right? Nature ain't no act. The act of Congress which authorized the naturalization of aliens confined the description of such aliens to free white persons. 2. This, of course, excludes the African race when pure, but it is not easy to say what shade of color or mixture of blood would make a white person. I ain't gonna explain it. 3. The Constitution of Pennsylvania, as amended, confines the right of citizenship to free white person. And these words, white persons or similar words, are used in most of the constitutions of the southern states in describing the electors. I'm gonna have to really understand, man, that our concepts that we're living by is a bunch of horse-wash fuckery. Take that and leave it. Take it or leave it. For real. All right, we're going back to the Black's Law, 4th edition. We're going back to that. Now we're going into free white persons. Because it got to be some type of difference between white persons and free white persons, right? Huh? So we're going to go into free white persons and see what this definition gives us. Free white persons. Free white persons referred to in Nationalization Act as amended by Act July 14th, 1870, has meaning naturally given to it when first used in 1 Statute 103, Chapter 3, meaning all persons belonging to the European races, then commonly counted as white, and their descendants, including such descendants in other countries to which they have immigrated. Note, it does not mean Caucasian race, Aryan race, or Indo-European races. Now we're on the race thing, right? We're on the race thing because, you know, I explain nationality. I explain America. I explain black